Hello, everyone. So we have been solving questions on quadratic functions and quadratic equations. Here is one of the questions related to quadratic functions, how to find x-intercept, y-intercept, minimum or maximum of the functions, or where the intervals function is increasing or decreasing. You can pause the video, you try it by yourself, and we will dive into question. So here quadratic function is given as you see. So to understand x-intercept, y-intercept, or if there is a coordinate of maximum and minimum point, so we can just like draw its graph. So from its graph we understand that. But there are some certain ways definitely to find x-intercept and others as well. Okay. So let's do find x-intercept. X-intercept means the other name of x-intercepts, zeros of the function. Why we call zeros of the function? Because the function at those points give us the value of 0. So x is becoming zeros of the function, which means where x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. When I solve this equation, this quadratic equation, we will find the zeros of the function because zeros of the functions are on the x-axis, okay? On the x-axis. The points on the x-axis always their y coordinate is 0. Because of that, we make all function is equal to 0. There are several ways of solving quadratic functions. One of them is factoring or quadratic formula or just completing it, complete square. But in this case, factoring will be easier. Why? Because looking for two numbers, their multiplication is -6 and their addition is +2. So with the difference, 1. So you can just guess those numbers, one of them, or you can write aside like 1 and 6. You can just try to guess the factors of 6 like 2 and 3. So as you see here, 2 and 3 difference is 1. But their multiplication -6, but addition is +1. So you can put negative in front of 2 and you can take 3 as positive, which means -2 and +3 multiplication -6 and -2 +3 addition is positive. Because of that, you can write x squared plus x minus 6 as x minus 2 and x plus 3. X minus 2 and x plus 3 multiplication. If you reverse it, you will have x squared plus x minus 0. So to find zeros of this function or x-intercept, each component should be equal to 0. So if x minus 2 is equal to 0, x must be 2 is one of the x-intercept, x is equal to -3, other x-intercept. So for just like you can write here, if there is a space, definitely you explain your solution. Otherwise, you write here x-intercepts, x-intercepts, x-intercepts. They don't ask the coordinate of x-intercepts. Otherwise, we can write x is equal to -3 and x is equal to +2. If they ask the coordinates of the x-intercept, you should say that -3, 0 and 2, 0. These are the coordinates of the x-intercept. So, y-intercept. As you know, y-intercept is on the y-axis. Let me write it here. So y-intercept is on the y-axis, which means that x will be 0 on the y-axis because x component of any point on the y-axis will be 0. Because of that, for any function, if you want to find the y-intercept in place of x, we need to put 0, which means f of 0 will give me y-intercept. So here, f of x is equal to x squared plus x minus 6. So f of 0 is equal to 0 squared plus 0 minus 6, which is -6. So y-intercept is -6. Y is equal to -6. Or if they ask coordinate of y-intercept, coordinate of the y-intercept, coordinate of y-intercept. So you can write 0, -6. The third one is there a maximum or minimum point? As you see in the function, due to plus x squared, your parabola faces upward. When your parabola faces upward, we have a what? Minimum point. So we have a minimum point. Our vertex is what? Holding minimum value. So they are asking coordinates of the any minimum and maximum point. So we have a minimum point. We have a minimum point. So how to find the coordinates? We have a minimum point and its coordinate. So we can find its coordinate by vertex. So actually there is one formula for the vertex, negative b over 2a. Actually, negative 2b over 2a is the axis of symmetry. For any given parabola, this is axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. Most probably, you studied this with your classroom teacher. X is equal to negative b over 2a. When you write your function f of x in ax squared plus bx plus c format. As you see here, our function is f of x is equal to x squared plus x minus 6. So x of symmetry, x is equal to negative b, negative 1 over 2 times a. 2, a is 1 again here, as you see. So negative 1 over 2. This is x of symmetry. So when we try to draw the function x of symmetry, let's say this is y-axis. Let's say this is y-axis. This is x-axis. We have x-intercept -3, -3, and what? -3, sorry, -3 and +2. Okay, -3 and +2. Actually, x of symmetry, as you know, we say x of symmetry. X of symmetry in between, just these 2 points. So where same distance they have. So in between somewhere here. Okay, not on the y-axis, in between somewhere here, because from 2 is 2 units from 0, but -3 is 3 units from. We got it already from this. X is equal to -1 over 2. So my vertex will be on this line, on this red line. To find the y coordinate of the vertex, simply this value we need to plug in here. -1 over 2 whole square plus -1 over 2 and -6. So 1 over 2 half square is 1/4. 1/4 minus half minus 6. So this is -1/4 and -6. It's becoming -6.25. Okay, -6.25. Your vertex somewhere here. So you can extend and you can draw your parabola like this. It's a just close guess. Okay, close guess. As you see here, vertex point is at -1 over 2 and a -6.525. Either you can write it like this, or maybe you can write it -0.5 and -6.25. That will be coordinate of the minimum point. Okay, coordinate of the minimum point. Which is -0.5, comma, -6.25. Definitely, if this question is a calculator question, with calculator we can do it easily. The third and the last one is, it's asked intervals. Intervals means for what kind of values of x this function increases or decreases. As you see here, x of symmetry, I can make it a little bit just thicker. Till x of symmetry actually, or just not a borderline we can say, but it's a border for to decide increasing and decreasing. To decide increasing and decreasing, we need to move from left to right. Okay, left to right. When I am moving x values from left to right, I need to observe y coordinate, okay? So if x is here, I am here. If I'm going to right, the point is here. If I'm going to more right, I'm point is here. Point. As you see here, those green dots are decreasing. Green dots are decreasing till this point. After this point, since I am moving right side to left to right, so those green dots are increasing. It means that the interval, the dimension interval, you can write it in a way that your function f of x is increasing when x is bigger than when x is bigger than the axis of symmetry. Or you can write it from negative 1 over 2 till infinity. Okay? At 1 over 2, a negative 1 over 2, I don't include because at negative 1 over 2 function either increase or decrease. It stops there. So we will just study later in further algebra, not now. So f of x is decreasing. F of x is decreasing. F of x is decreasing when x is less than negative 1 over 2. Or you can write it from negative infinity till negative 1 over 2. This is the interval that I mentioned there. Your function is decreasing. So in this question, almost they ask everything. X-intercept, Y-intercept, coordinates of any maximum and minimum point, intervals that function increase and decrease. It's an open-ended question. So if it is a calculator question, definitely it will be easy, very easy for you to draw it. So go get your calculator or just like you practice on calculator. So draw this graph on the calculator and you trace it, you will find x-intercept, y-intercept, and any required points there. But definitely intervals, again, you need to define by yourself. On your calculator, increasing and decreasing interval, it will not mention. Maybe on the calculator, x-intercept, y-intercept, a minimum and maximum point you can find, but the intervals of increase and decrease, you will decide by yourself. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next video.